What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be taking you through a very thorough muscle and strength building routine that you can do from home while the gyms are closed. They're going to be full body workouts, and we're going to split things up into 4 different categories. So they're going to be push muscles, pull muscles, leg muscles, and then abs. Each of the full body workouts will consist of just 4 exercises, one from each of the different categories that I mentioned earlier. I will be showing you a number of exercises that you can do for each category, which you can choose from. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how many sessions to do per week, just how many sets and reps to do per session, and also a way which you can make it really fun and to ensure you never repeat one workout twice. Now let's go on to the exercises because we've got lots to cover. So firstly, we're going to go through all the push exercises. Exercise number 1 is the standard push-up. So we're going to get down on our stomach, place our hands next to our armpits, brace the core and push off. The full range of motion is chest to the floor. If push-ups are too hard and you need to make the exercise easier, you can come onto your knees. If standard push-ups are too easy and you need to make the exercise more difficult, you can do jump push-ups or clap push-ups, like so. Exercise number 2 is going to be dips. Now, you can use a bench, you can use a sofa, you can use a chair. In this case, I'm going to use my office chair. We want to place our hands on the chair at shoulder width, extend our legs out, and simply do tricep dips. Do the range of motion that the shoulders allow. If you need to make it easier, you can bring your feet closer. If you need to make it more difficult, you can either elevate the feet or you can use the kitchen counter and do some proper dips. Exercise number 3 is going to be the inverted push-up. This is going to focus more in on the shoulders and the triceps. What we're going to do is place our feet on the chair to elevate them. We're going to hike the hips up. We're going to put our head down and we're going to do a motion that mimics a shoulder press. Like so. If you need to make this movement easier, it's probably worth just getting something weighted and doing shoulder presses with it. If this movement's too easy and you need to make it harder, you can flip upside down against the wall and do proper handstand push-ups. Exercise number 4 is going to be the wall skull crusher, and this is going to focus mainly on the tricep. What we want to do is extend our arms against the wall or door at shoulder height and then take the elbows to the door. Like so. If you need to make the movement easier, you can raise your hands higher. This reduces the range of motion, making it easier. If you need to make it harder, the lower we bring our hands, the harder the exercise gets. It also increases the range of motion massively. Exercise number 5 is going to be the close grip push-up. So we're going to get back down on the ground. We don't need to put our hands completely next to each other like a diamond. They just need to be close enough so they can isolate the triceps a little more. I'm going to brace the core and push off as normal. And just like the normal push-up, if you need to make it easier, you can come onto the knees. If you need to make it harder, you can either elevate the feet or you can do some jump push-ups. Exercise number 6 is going to be the TRX Y Raise, and this is something that can work the front delts and the side delts. So what we're going to do is lean back and create a small angle, keeping in mind the larger the angle, the harder it is. And we're going to simply raise our arms up in a Y shape and come back down slowly. Never losing tension in the TRX. Like so. We can also pair this up with an I raise. So we can do 1 rep of I raise, 1 rep of Y raise. This is a fantastic delt exercise. We're now going to move on to the pull exercises. Exercise number 1 is going to be the chin up. Luckily, I've got a pull-up bar at home. We're going to use an underhand grip. We're going to go through the full range of motion, which is all the way at the bottom to chin above the bar. Like so. In order to make it easier, you can use a resistance band. You can put it around your knee or your foot, and this will actually assist you in the upwards motion. If you need to make it harder, you could add some extra weight, or you could do a really slow tempo. Exercise number 2, we're going to move over to the resistance band around the anchor point, and we're going to do a banded lat pull. This is going to work the lats.
We're going to extend back out to where the resistance is fairly tough. We're going to bend over slightly, and we're simply going to keep our arms straight and extend them backwards, contracting the lats. Like so. In order to make it difficult, with a resistance band, it's pretty perfect because the more you stretch it, the more you step backwards, the harder it gets. If you need to make it easier, simply step closer to the anchor point. Exercise number 3 is going to be simply to row anything you can get your hands on, whether it be a liquid can to do single arm rows, whether it be a table, whether it be some toolboxes like I have available. It's really important to do rows, lots and lots of them, both with the elbows going backwards and the elbows flared, to work the muscles of the back. Exercise number 4 is going to be the inverted row, and I'm very lucky in the sense that I have these parallettes. This exercise can also be done on a desk or something of that nature. So what I'm going to do is simply get underneath, extend my legs out, grip nice and tight, arms extended. I'm going to pull myself as high as I possibly can with a straight body, squeezing my shoulder blades with each and every rep. Like so. Exercise number 5 is going to be one that everybody can do. It's simply one using our body weight. We're going to lie down, stomach down on the ground with our arms at 90 degrees. What we're going to do from here with our head down on the ground is to lift our elbows and to shoulder press in the air without our hands touching the ground. Bring it back down to the ground, lift again, retracting the scapula and shoulder blades, shoulder press without the hands touching the ground, bring it back. Like so. We can also speed things up, so we're going to keep our arms and elbows hovered in the ground, above the ground, and we're going to simply shoulder press. Like so. It's a fantastic exercise for the lower trap muscles and generally for shoulder health. Exercise number 6 and the final one for the pull category is going to be the TRX Face Pull. So we're going to get back on the TRX. We're going to put it at our armpits. We're going to lean back. From here, we're going to think about all the cues for a standard cable face pull. We're going to take the hands to the ears and we're going to pull the elbows as far back as they go. So now we're on to the leg category. Exercise number 1 is going to be the Bulgarian split squat. So what we're going to do is elevate the back foot on a sofa, a bench, a chair, anything we have, and we're simply going to squat with the front leg, going as deep as we can. Don't forget to change leg. If you need to make this exercise easier, you can not elevate the back leg, so just keep it on the floor. If you need to make it harder, holding some weights in your chest, probably a good idea. Exercise number 2 is going to be the jump lunges, and this is one of my favorites. So what it is essentially, we're going to get into a lunge stance. We're going to switch into the other leg, lunge stance, and switch into the other leg. And we're going to do this as quickly as possible. This gives you a crazy quad and glute pump. Exercise number 3 is going to be the single leg hip thrust. So the reason it's single leg is to make it a little bit more difficult. If that's too hard, you can do it with 2 legs. What we're going to do is elevate our back on a sofa, really ideal because it's nice and soft. We're going to keep our hips down and we're simply going to extend them up. So this will be the 2 leg one, the standard hip thrust. What we're going to be doing is a single leg. So we can keep our leg either extended straight out or at 90 degrees, and we're simply going to do hip thrusts on one leg. And again, don't forget to change leg. If you need to make this exercise even harder, you can slow down the tempo or you can add some weight on the hips as you would in the gym. Exercise number 4 is going to be the Cossack squat. And this is quite a rare exercise, but it's one of my favorites. It's something that I do in all squat and deadlift sessions. So what I've got here is basically a slider. You can also use something like a magazine, anything that's going to slip on some carpet. What we're going to do is place one foot on there. We're going to stabilize with the left leg and and we're going to stretch out almost like a side lunge to the side and bring it back in. So we're going to stretch out to the side, bring it back in. All the while we're keeping this knee nice and stable. It should not be collapsing inwards. And we're going to change legs and do the other side as well. This is a fantastic warm-up for people who enjoy doing sumo deadlifts. Exercise number 5 is going to be the single leg RDL. It's really important that we stretch our hamstrings. So what we're going to do is take one foot off the ground and the other one needs to be stabilized really well. With a straight leg, we're going to bend at the hips as far as the body allows and bring it right back in. As far as the body allows and bring it right back in. You should feel the stretch in your hamstrings and your glutes. And this is also a balancing act. Don't forget to change legs. Like so. To make it a little bit more challenging and a little bit more fun, what we can do is actually add a single leg calf raise to it. So we're going to do a single leg RDL, and as we're at the top again, we can do a single leg calf raise. And to make this a little bit more effective, we can elevate our toes, so that will not only stretch the hamstrings further on the RDLs, it will also have a stretch phase of the calf raise while we're doing them. Exercise number 6 is going to be the TRX again, so let's head on down. So most home workouts don't really allow you to work your back and your hamstrings and your glutes effectively, right? This is where the TRX comes in. It's a fantastic piece of kit and I really recommend you all get it. What we're going to do is a TRX leg curl. So what that means is we're going to get our heels strapped in to the straps on the bottom of the TRX. So we're not going to use the actual handles. We're going to lie on our back with our legs at 90 degrees or so. And we're simply going to elevate the hips as high as possible. And then we're going to stretch out the legs and bring them back in. Stretch it out, bring it right back in. Stretch it out and bring it right back in. And as you can see from the shaking TRX, this is extremely challenging. So now we're on to the final one, which is the ab session. Exercise number 1, we're going to get down on the ground. It's going to be the bicycle crunch. So the main objective of this exercise is to meet the elbow with the knee, like so, but we're going to do it really quickly. Like so. Exercise number 2 is going to be the V-up. So again, we're going to lie back down, and the objective of this exercise is to crunch up as high as we can and meet the hands with the feet. So like so. Exercise number 3 is going to be the Russian twist. This is again done on the floor. What we're going to do this time, we're going to have our feet planted on the ground. We're going to lean back slightly, so hopefully we're at a 45-degree angle. Extend our arms out and simply rotate to each side. Keep in mind, we're not just taking something and doing this, because we're just moving our arms. We're rotating the torso. So this is exercise number 4. We're going to be doing the TRX rollout, similar to the ab wheel rollout, but done on the TRX. What we're going to do is grab the straps, extend them out with a reasonable body angle, arms extended, TRX extended, and from there, we're going to extend the arms right out and bring it right back in. This is going to place an incredible stretch on the abs. Like so. Exercise number 5 is going to be the side plank reach under. So what this is we're going to get into a side plank. We're going to extend our arm towards the ceiling. We're simply going to reach down and behind us, and then back up towards the ceiling. Down and behind us, back up towards the ceiling. It's a fantastic way of making the side plank a little bit more difficult. Exercise number 6 is going to be the hollow body hold. A hollow body essentially means you're pretending your entire body is stiff, and we're simply going to hold this position. This is placing an incredible strain on the abs. So there we have it. 6 exercises for push muscles, 6 exercises for pull muscles, 6 leg exercises, and 6 ab exercises to finish off. We're only going to do one of these exercises from each of these categories per workout session, so keep that in mind. Just as an example, if you were going to do exercise number 1 across the board, the session would be push-ups, chin-ups, Bulgarian split squats, and bicycle crunches, which is a fantastic full body workout. Now, in terms of how many sets and reps should you be doing, I recommend 3 sets of 8 to 20 reps, anywhere in that region, for each exercise on this whole routine. The reason why I showed you how to make each exercise slightly easier and slightly harder was so that you could adjust the intensity so that it fits right within that rep range, which will be really, really ideal for muscle and strength building. These workouts can be performed 6 days a week, so fairly high frequency, and they will only last 30 minutes each, including warm-up time. If you want to remove choice and have extra fun, simply roll a dice and have a random exercise selected for you from each category per session. If you choose to do this, you will have over 1,200 possible workout combinations available to you, and that will probably mean you'll never repeat a single workout twice. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get some gains, and I'll see you in the next one.